Listen to that beautiful heavy sound. 11 o'clock in the morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Cambridge English Walking Podcast. But wait, as you can see, we are definitely not in quiet, peaceful Cambridge today.
No, we are not. Wow, guys, good morning. That bell is absolutely massive. Today, we took a short trip for work and traveled to the very center of loud, busy, rainy London. And honestly, hearing Big Ben ring makes me feel so awake, so alive, and so excited. Slava, how are you today?
I am fine, thank you.
Wait, stop. Guys, did you just hear that? We escaped our normal routine. We traveled to the most famous city in the world. The bells are ringing. I'm sharing all my emotions. And Slava just says, I am fine, like a robot.
Yes, what is wrong with that? It is a perfectly correct English sentence. You asked how I am, and I gave you the standard answer. I am fine.
Yes, Slava, it is grammatically correct, but it is so boring. Guys, listen to me. When you learn English in school, all the textbooks tell you to say, hello, how are you? I am fine, thank you. And you? But in real life, human beings have real feelings. We're not robots.
Ah, I understand what you mean. You're absolutely right, Victoria. British people love to hide their emotions. We do not like to show what's inside. We always say, I'm fine, even if our house is on fire. But for communication, it is much better to be honest.
Exactly. If you want to make friends and practice real English, you need to know how to express your true feelings. So today, as we walk through busy London, we're going to teach you the best vocabulary to talk about your emotions.
Let's just walk and observe for a moment. Look at all the people around us today. There's a huge difference between our quiet Cambridge and this loud city. There are so many tourists and busy workers on the street. It rained very heavily this morning, and now the asphalt is wet. Victoria, look at their faces. What kind of emotions do you see in this crowd?
Let me look. Well, to be honest, they do not look very happy. Look at that tourist over there holding a broken umbrella. His shoes are probably completely wet. I think he feels very upset.
Upset. U-P-S-E-T. That's a great word for our A2 learners. If you're upset, it means you are sad or disappointed because something bad happened, like getting your favorite shoes wet in the London rain.
Yes, he is definitely upset. And look at that businessman walking very fast with his coffee. He is not smiling at all. I think the cold wind makes people feel a little bit grumpy.
Grumpy. G-R-U-M-P-Y. Guys, please remember this fantastic word. If you're grumpy, it means you're in a slightly bad mood. You're easily annoyed. You don't want to talk to anyone. Usually, people are grumpy when they are hungry, cold, or when they wake up too early.
Exactly. And to be completely honest with you, I feel a little bit grumpy right now, too. The classic British weather is so gray and cold. I really need a hot American coffee to warm up.
Well, we are very different, Victoria. I look at this gray sky, I look at the wet streets and the puddles, and I think it is beautiful. This cool, fresh air makes me feel incredibly relaxed and peaceful.
Relaxed in this cold? You British people are so strange. But guys, did you notice what we just did? We did not just say, I am good or I am bad. We used a magic formula.
Yes, please pay attention. The magic formula is, I feel because. If you want to sound like a native speaker, you must always explain why.
Exactly. Let's repeat. I said, I feel grumpy because I am cold. Slava said, I feel relaxed because I love the gray sky. You connect the feeling and the reason. This simple trick makes your English sound so much more natural and interesting.
That is a golden rule. But Victoria, it's 11 o'clock now, so the day is already moving. Think back to early this morning when you first opened your eyes in your bed. How did you feel then?
Mornings are so difficult for me. I am not a morning person. When my alarm clock rang at 7 o'clock, I wanted to throw it out the window. I felt very sleepy and a bit nervous.
Sleepy and nervous. Let's explain that. Sleepy is not the same as tired. To feel sleepy simply means your body wants to close its eyes and go back to sleep. But why were you nervous, Victoria? Nervous means you are worried about something in the future.
I felt nervous because I had a lot of difficult emails to answer before we started our walk today. My stomach felt really funny. Guys, there's a brilliant phrase you can use here. You can say, I had butterflies in my stomach.
Ah, butterflies in your stomach. Guys, this is a beautiful English idiom. Please do not worry, it does not mean you ate real insects for breakfast. It's a metaphor. It means you have a funny, nervous, fluttering feeling in your belly. People usually feel these butterflies before a big exam, a first date, or a job interview.
Yes, it's a weird feeling. What about you, Slava? Did you wake up with butterflies in your stomach today?
No, not at all. But I didn't feel perfect either. When I woke up this morning, my throat was a little bit sore and my head was heavy. I felt a bit under the weather.
Under the weather. Please write this phrase down, guys. If you feel under the weather, it means you feel a little bit sick. You're not dying, you don't need to go to the hospital, but you don't feel 100% healthy. Maybe a small cold is starting.
Exactly. But don't worry, guys. A big cup of hot, strong British tea fixed everything. Now I feel energetic and ready to walk. But Victoria, the morning is easy. As the day goes on and life gets very busy with work and people, our feelings change completely.
Oh yes, the middle of the day is when life gets very loud and very fast. Emails, phone calls, meetings, homework, traffic, it never stops. Slava, when you have a million different things to do at the exact same time, what is the first feeling that comes to you?
Well, like any normal human being, I begin to feel stressed. S-T-R-E-S-S-E-D. I feel stressed. Guys, this is a very common A2 word, but it is extremely useful for daily conversations. When you have too much work and not enough time, your brain feels very tight and heavy. You are stressed.
Oh, I know that feeling perfectly. In America, everyone is always stressed. We are always running somewhere and drinking coffee to survive. But guys, let me teach you a slightly stronger word. Sometimes stressed is simply not enough. Sometimes the problems are so big, you feel like a small person under a giant wave. You feel overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed. O-V-E-R-W-H-E-L-M-E-D. That is a fantastic, beautiful English word. Victoria is absolutely right. Guys, close your eyes and imagine a huge wave in the ocean crashing over you. You cannot breathe, you cannot swim. That is exactly what overwhelmed means in your mind.
Exactly. For example, you can use our magic formula from part 1. I feel overwhelmed because I have 3 difficult exams tomorrow, my car is broken, and I lost my keys. It means the situation is just too much for you to handle.
Yes, it is a terrible feeling. But remember, guys, when you feel overwhelmed, the best thing to do is to stop, take a deep breath, sit down, and drink a nice cup of traditional British tea. It always helps to calm the mind.
Slava and his tea. Tea is the answer to everything in the UK. But Seriously, guys, when you are stressed and overwhelmed for many hours, what happens next? Your body loses all of its energy. You become tired. Tired.
Yes, tired. I am tired because I worked for 8 hours. It means you need to sit down and rest. But what if you worked for 15 hours? What if you did not sleep at all last night? Tired is too small of a word. You need to say, I'm exhausted.
Exhausted. Exhausted. When you use this word, you must show it with your face and your body. I am absolutely exhausted. Think about your mobile phone. When the battery is at 1%, it turns red and the phone shuts down completely. That's exactly how your body feels when you're exhausted.
Absolutely. But remember the cultural difference, guys. If an American works for 2 hours, they'll scream, "Oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. I need a vacation." If a British person works for 20 hours in the cold rain, they'll just smile politely and say, "I'm a little bit tired."
Hey, that is a terrible stereotype. But okay, it is probably true. You British people love to minimize your feelings. You never want to complain too loudly. Anyway, guys, let's change the topic and talk about the most important part of today's lesson. This is a grammar mistake that almost every beginner makes.
Oh yes, this is a massive mistake. If you learn this rule today, your English will immediately sound so much better and more professional. Victoria, please explain the problem to our amazing students.
Listen carefully, guys. In English, we have feelings that end with the letters ed, and we have descriptions that end with the letters ing. For example, bored and boring, excited and exciting, annoyed and annoying. They look similar, but they're completely different.
Yes, many students come to me and say, "Slava, I have nothing to do today. I'm boring." When they say that, I have to bite my lip to stop myself from laughing.
Exactly. Why is it so funny, Slava? Please explain to our viewers what "I'm boring" actually means in English.
Guys, if you use the ing ending, it means you are the problem. If you say, "I'm boring," it means you are a very uninteresting person. It means nobody wants to talk to you because you make them fall asleep.
Yes, but you don't mean that. You are not a boring person. You want to talk about your feeling inside your heart. For your internal feelings, you must always use ed. You must say, "I'm bored." B-O-R-E-D.
So, the golden rule is very simple. ED is for how you feel inside. ING is for the thing or the person that causes the feeling. For example, the movie is boring, so I feel bored.
Let's try another one. Let's use a very happy word. The word is excited. EXCITED. This means you are very happy and full of positive energy. For example, I am excited because I'm going on holiday to London.
Yes, you feel excited. Why? Because the holiday is exciting. The holiday gets the ing ending because it creates the emotion. You are excited. The trip is exciting.
Brilliant. Now let's do a negative emotion. What happens when your neighbor is listening to very loud music at 2 o'clock in the morning and you are trying to sleep? How do you feel?
Oh, in that situation, I feel very annoyed. ANNOYED. To feel annoyed means you are a little bit angry. You are losing your patience and you want the situation to stop immediately.
Exactly. I am annoyed. And why are you annoyed? Because the loud music is annoying. The music gets the ing.
So guys, let's summarize this rule one more time. Bored, excited, annoyed, tired, stressed. These are all your internal feelings. Boring, exciting, annoying, tiring. These are the things outside of you. Never say, I am boring, unless you really want people to run away from you.
Yes, please write this rule down in your notes or just remember to download our free PDF later. So Slava, we covered the heavy daytime emotions. We talked about being stressed, overwhelmed, exhausted, and bored.
We did indeed. But as the sun goes down and the busy working day finally finishes, our emotions change completely. The evening brings very strong, deep, and sometimes very complicated feelings.
Exactly. Let's imagine for a moment that it is evening time. When everything is quiet, people can feel lonely, or they can feel absolutely grateful and on top of the world. Guys, let's continue our podcast and talk about how to express those deep evening emotions in beautiful English.
So, imagine the long day is finally over. You close your laptop, you leave the loud streets, and you go home. The evening is a very special time. When the world outside gets quiet, the feelings inside your head usually get much louder.
That is so true, Slava. Evening emotions are very different from daytime stress. In the morning, you run. In the evening, you think. And sometimes those thoughts can make you feel very lonely.
Lonely. L-O-N-E-L-Y. This is a very deep and beautiful word. Please understand, guys, lonely is not the same as being alone. You can be alone in your room and feel very happy, but lonely is a sad feeling. It means you want someone to be with you, but there is nobody there.
Exactly. You know, guys, I will be completely honest with you. Sometimes, especially in the evening, I feel very lonely here in the UK. I love living here. I love making these videos with Slava, but sometimes I feel homesick.
Homesick. That is a wonderful emotional A2 word. If you are homesick, it means you miss your home country, your family, your friends, and the culture you grew up in. It's a very normal feeling for anyone who lives abroad.
Yes, I get very homesick. I miss my family in America. I miss my old friends. And to be totally honest, sometimes I just miss a really big, cheap American pizza. The British pizza is just not the same.
Well, I can't help you with the American pizza, Victoria, but I can make you a traditional British cup of tea. But seriously, feeling homesick is perfectly natural. Another strong evening emotion is when something bad happens during the day and you can't stop thinking about it. You feel upset.
Yes, we mentioned this word earlier when we saw the tourist in the rain. Upset means you are sad and slightly angry at the same time. But what if the situation is much worse than rain? What if you lost your job or your heart is broken?
If the situation is terrible, upset is too small of a word. You can say, I'm devastated. D-E-V-A-S-T-A-T-E-D. It means you are completely destroyed inside. Your sadness is at 100%.
Wow, devastated. That's a very dramatic word. I feel devastated when the coffee shop closes right before I get there.
Victoria, you can't be devastated about a cup of coffee. That's so American. A British person would never say they are devastated about coffee. We would just sigh and say, oh, I'm slightly disappointed.
Slightly disappointed. You guys are unbelievable. But okay, Slava, let's stop talking about sad things. The evening is not always about crying and being lonely. Sometimes the evening is the best part of the day.
Absolutely. Sometimes you sit on your sofa, you look around your warm house, you think about your healthy family, and you feel grateful. Grateful. A-T-E-F-U-L.
Grateful. This is one of the most important words in the English language. It means you want to say thank you to the universe. You appreciate the good things in your life. For example, I feel grateful because I have good friends and a safe place to live.
And we want to say this to you, our viewers. Every time we upload a video and we read your beautiful comments from all over the world, we feel incredibly grateful. You are the reason we make this podcast.
Yes, we really are. And we also feel very proud of you. Proud. P-R-O-U-D. If you feel proud, it means you are very happy about something you achieved. And we are proud of you because learning a new language is incredibly difficult.
Which brings us to a very important topic. Guys, we know that many of you watch our videos, you understand the words, but when you try to speak English with a real person, you feel scared.
Yes, you feel scared, you feel nervous, and you feel embarrassed. You think, oh no, my accent is bad, or I will make a stupid grammar mistake, and people will laugh at me.
Guys, listen to us very carefully. Every single person who learns a foreign language feels exactly the same way. Victoria and I know this feeling perfectly. When you speak a new language, you feel like a child again. You feel vulnerable.
But you must remember this. Native speakers do not care about your grammar mistakes. They do not care if you say, I am boring instead of I am bored. They are just happy that you are trying to communicate with them.
Exactly. The only way to stop feeling scared is to open your mouth and start speaking. Make mistakes. Make 100 mistakes. Every mistake is a step forward. Be proud of yourself because you are doing something that millions of people are too lazy to do.
Wow, Slava, that was a beautiful speech. I feel so motivated right now. I think I am ready to go out and conquer the world.
I'm glad you feel that way, Victoria. So, we have discussed the morning, the daytime, and the evening emotions. We covered a massive amount of vocabulary today.
We really did. But guys, learning words is only half of the job. You need to know how to put them together. So, Slava, I think it is time for our grand finale. Let's do a quick, powerful review of everything we learned today.
Welcome to the final part of our walk today, guys. We have covered so much emotional ground. We talked about the busy mornings, the stressful afternoons, and the deep, quiet evenings. But we know that learning English can sometimes feel like trying to drink water from a fire hose.
Yes, it is just too much information at once. Your brain gets completely full. That is why the best way to remember new vocabulary is to repeat it immediately. Repetition is the mother of learning.
Exactly. So, let's do a quick, powerful review. We call this a recap. R-E-C-A-P. We will remind you of the best words from today's lesson. Listen to the pronunciation carefully and try to repeat the words out loud with us.
Okay, let's start with the morning. Slava, what is the word for when you wake up, you are cold, you are hungry, and you do not want to talk to anybody?
That word is grumpy. G-R-U-M-P-Y. I feel grumpy.
Perfect. And what is the beautiful idiom we use when you are very nervous before a big event, like an exam or an interview, and your stomach feels funny?
You say, I have butterflies in my stomach.
Yes. And what if you wake up and your throat hurts, your head is heavy, and you feel a little bit sick?
You use the weather idiom. You say, I feel a bit under the weather. Now, Victoria, it's your turn to answer. Let's move to the daytime emotions. What is the word for when you have a million emails, your phone is ringing, and your brain is totally full?
That is a very strong word. I feel overwhelmed. O-V-E-R-W-H-E-L-M-E-D.
Excellent. And what if you worked for 15 hours without stopping? You are not just tired, your internal battery is completely at 0%.
Then I am absolutely exhausted. EXHAUSTED.
Spot on. And now, the most important grammar rule of the day. If you have nothing to do and you want to express your internal feeling, do you say, I am boring or I am bored?
I say I am bored. BORED, because the ED ending describes my feeling inside. The movie is boring, so I feel bored.
Perfect. You are an excellent student, Victoria. Now, let's finish with the deep evening emotions. What is the word for when you miss your country, you miss your family, and you miss your traditional food?
That is a very emotional word. You feel homesick.
Yes. And finally, what is the best word to describe the feeling when you look at your life, you say thank you to the universe, and you appreciate all the good things you have?
That beautiful word is grateful. GRATEFUL.
Exactly. Grateful. Guys, that was a fantastic recap. If you can use these 8 or 9 words in your daily life, you will stop sounding like a beginner. You will sound like a real, natural speaker who can express deep emotions.
And remember, guys, please do not panic if you cannot remember how to spell all these words right now. We are not going to leave you alone with a notebook. We have prepared a gift for you.
Yes, we have created a completely free PDF companion guide. It contains all the emotional vocabulary, all the correct spelling, the idioms, and the golden grammar rule about the ED and ING endings from today's lesson.
It is an incredible cheat sheet, and the best part is you don't even need to ask for it. We have put the direct download link right below this video in the description box. Just click it, download your guide, and practice at home.
But before you go down to the description to get your PDF, we have a very important task for you. Today, we talked a lot about our feelings, but we make this podcast for you, so we want to know what is happening inside your heart right now.
Yes, this is your official homework for today. We want you to go down to the comments and use our magic formula. Do you remember it? Right now, I feel emotion because reason.
Exactly. Tell us the truth. You can say, right now, I feel exhausted because I just finished a 10-hour shift at work. Or you can say, right now, I feel relaxed because I am drinking coffee and watching your video.
Or maybe you want to say, I feel nervous because I have an English exam tomorrow. Whatever it is, write it down. Don't be shy. We have a wonderful, safe, and supportive community here on the channel. We read every single comment and we try to reply to as many as we can.
And let us remind you one more time. Please do not be afraid to make grammar mistakes in the comments. We don't care if your spelling is perfect. We care about your story. Making mistakes is proof that you are trying. Be proud of yourself for taking this step.
Well said, Slava. Guys, our long, emotional walk through the rainy streets of London is finally coming to an end. We really hope you enjoyed spending this time with us today.
If this video helped you understand your feelings in English, please give it a big thumbs up. Hitting the like button is completely free for you, but it's incredibly valuable for us. It helps the YouTube algorithm show our lessons to more students around the world.
And don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. You don't want to miss our next walking adventure. We have so many more real-life English lessons coming for you.
Thank you so much for your time, your honesty, and your hard work today. Remember, it's okay to not be fine. Keep practicing, keep expressing yourself, and we'll see you very soon.
Bye, everyone. Have a beautiful, emotional day. Keep learning.